Hey Papper people, my name is Jason. I'm a registered polysomnographic technologist and welcome to my channel, The Lanky Lefty 27. I am pumped, I'm juiced for this video. Do me a quick favor and smack like on this video. Good lighting be damned, nice background be damned. We're in this for science, and science is messy. I do have a couple strawberry plants back there for your enjoyment. So many of you know I'm not a big fan of ozone cleaners or UV light cleaners. I think they're stupid. I think they're a waste of time. The whole reason we clean our masks is not for the bacteria. The bacteria is already on our face. This bacteria is on our face, now it's on the mask. It's the same bacteria. It doesn't really matter. There's no point in killing that. The whole point of cleaning your mask is getting the greasy oils from your face that get onto the mask and now degrade the mask. Ozone cleaners don't do anything to get rid of that. Surface cleaners such as Dawn dish soap, that gets it off. And then even my Mass Bright cleaner also gets that off. That sounded dirtier than it was supposed to. You just want to remove the dirt, the oils, the grease. It'll prevent you from getting irritation on your skin. That's the whole reason we clean the mask. Now the question I really want to answer is, does an ozone cleaner such as this actually destroy your CPAP machine, your CPAP tubing, or your CPAP mask? Now I'm picking on the VirtuClean, but they all use the exact same technology. They just turn regular oxygen into ozone or O3. Now this is great because no matter what I do to try to control this, I'm gonna have some jerks in the comment section down below just ripping me. Do it. Just own me in the comment section down below. I beg you. Tell me what I did wrong. Okay, I have double of everything. I have two ResMed N30 masks. These are identical. I'm gonna show them closer. I have two DreamWear cushions, and I have two Fisher-Paykel Esons. And I have one from ResMed, one from Respironics, and one from Fisher-Paykel, so the reps that I know from those companies don't come back to me and say, "What's going on, Jason? You trying to shut me out?" I don't want anyone to get mad, but if your product yellows and turns nasty, that's on you. Now I also have two System 1 CPAP machines. Both of them are set on 10 right now. This one is in actually a little bit of worse shape cosmetically. I already checked the seals. The seals look good. I'm gonna go ahead and do a sound check to make sure they're not leaking right now, because the premise of this is, does oxygenated air cause your CPAP machine to leak and degrade internally? So let's check it out. I think the first thing I need to do is actually label these bins. I even have identical bins. This is ozone, and this will be control. We'll do a quick pressure check on this one just to make sure there's no abnormal sounds. Okay, both of these are set to 10 centimeters of water. I'm gonna take this one now and I'm gonna put it in the control box. The tubing has also been checked. I'm gonna go ahead and put it in there. Now let's check the other one for any abnormal sounds. Also set to 10 centimeters of water. Okay, I don't hear any hissing. I think we're good to go ahead and put this one in the ozone box. Okay, now we just need to check the masks to make sure that they're equal, that are going in. So one's going into the control, one is going to go into the ozone side. They both have no yellowing. They're both nice and new. Here are the Philips Respironics DreamWear cushions. I don't see any yellowing. These are also both pretty dang new. And now we have two ResMed N30i masks. They have the lumen tubing that are kind of popular. Both have no yellowing and are both pretty dang new. Now one more thing that I want to test, and I'm only going to put this in the ozone side, is, does it remove physical material? I don't think it does. I don't think it does jack crap to it. And apparently a normal thing to put on is peanut butter. And does peanut butter get taken off? I don't think peanut butter actually represents my face oils. So what I'm going to do is, let's see, on the right hand side, I'm going to put a little smear of butter. I think butter actually represents my face quite well. Nice and buttery. And in a nod to all my sleep technician homies, I'm gonna go ahead and put a little scoop of 1020 conductive paste on it. This is gonna go on the left hand side. Oh yeah, that is extra buttery. Now the last thing for me to do is create a hole for me to stick my tube. That's actually quite nice. There, now I can just plug the ozone cleaner into the top of that and let it pipe on in. And just so we can say we used a little bit of duct tape, we're gonna use a little of this to secure it on there. Here is all of our control stuff, and here is all of our ozone stuff. Now at this point, you might be screaming at the screen going, "Oh my gosh, Dawson, You need to completely seal up the container. This isn't an accurate test. Well, I want this to be as accurate as possible. I don't want this to be airtight. This bag that's the bag of one of the ozone cleaners, it's anything but airtight. It even has this little thing here that's supposed to convert the ozone back into regular oxygen. Yeah, right. It's got a massive gap right here. Zippers aren't exactly known for being airtight. Then it has a huge hole over here where the tube goes in. Anything but airtight. Airtight is not something I'm worried about. Now here's what I'm gonna do. I think I'm gonna be turning this little puppy on probably 2 times a day for 30 days. If that changes, I'll mention it again. But I just really wanna douse the hell out of this and see if I can get any result from any of the materials that are in here. Any of the mass, any of the tubing, and any of the CPAP machines. Does anything change with the functionality of them? See you in about a month. By the way, now is a fantastic time to check out some of my websites. Check out AXG Sleep Diagnostics. If you're looking for a sleep technologist to talk to, you need a home sleep study, or you want to have your Oscar PAP therapy analysis analyzed by moi. The other thing you can do is check out maskbright.com. You can pick up some MaskBright. You can also buy some used or new CPAP masks. The other thing you can do is support my work at patreon.com. I'll have a link in the description box down below. You can also do a one-time PayPal donation. You can also become a member of my YouTube channel. All of this is in the description box below. The last thing is I am an Amazon affiliate. I have an Amazon affiliate store. I have that in the description box below. And anytime you buy anything on Amazon at all, if you use my affiliate link, I do get a little cut of that. I get a referral fee, and I do appreciate you using that. And if you choose not to use any of those, that's perfectly fine. I really just appreciate you watching. And that was dumb. I just did it for dramatic effect. Okay, so I first did that initial part of the video February 13th. Today is March 29th. Went a little bit over. I had some stuff come up and I just kept pushing it off. My bad. But we have a good more than a month of data here, about a month and a half. All right, let's just pull it out and see what we see if we have some kind of a result. I've been a good boy. I haven't been peeking in here. I've just been turning it on once a day. So we have about 45 cycles as I kept track with a little marker pen there. First up, let's pull out the Fisher and Paykel Ozone because I got to peek at it and it seems like it'll be better to do it first. Our ozone box, our control box. Fisher and Paykel Ozone. Ozone control. I don't know if you can see anything. I don't see much of a result. I don't see any difference between the two. There might be some, there actually is. If I look at it through the light, there's some really slight yellowing on that ridge on the inside that gives a little more stability. That's about the only difference I see. Yeah, I don't know if I could pick those out of a lineup. Next up, we have the Dreamwear nasal cushion. So this is ozone. This is not ozone. And you can see this is gross. God, I feel like that's not showing it well. I turned off one of the lights because I don't know how well that's showing, but you can really see how yellow that is compared. I think that other light over here was just way too bright. Look at how yellow that is. That is gross. Ah. All right, next up, we have the ResMed N30i. So this is, oh God, same thing. Ozone, non-ozone. So obviously the control looks like nothing, but compared to it, how interesting is that? The actual headgear part is completely yellowed. I mean, throughout, clearly. That's gross. But then look at the cushion. The cushion is like untouched. So I'm gonna take a deeper look at these, but I'm gonna try to hold these up so you can kind of see for yourself. Does those look different to you? I think maybe there is a slight yellowing, but not too much. So the material is clearly different on these. I'm gonna take a closer look. Yeah, there is a very slight yellowing to the cushion on this with ozone, but really not enough that I can really tell. It's, again, I couldn't pull this out of a box and say, oh, this one's been in ozone. Now, headgear, yeah, I could definitely tell you that. Okay, so we did that little extra test where I put a little schmutz on the, on the P10. Look at that. So the P10 cushion is actually yellowed quite a bit, but then there's just that crust. There's crud all over that. That's funny. It did nothing, obviously, which is exactly what I knew it was going to do. Let's take a listen to see what the CPAP machines did. So we're going to start with the control on this. So this is 10 centimeters of water. I'm gonna put my hand over it. So that's the sound, pretty much the exact same as I remembered it doing the first time around. And now the ozone, I'll hold it the exact same way. So this is also 10 centimeters of water. That is actually much louder. I don't know how much of this is picking up with the microphone setup I have, but that is a definite louder sound than the other one. I remember when I initially did them, I'll play them all here. But I remember the initial time they both sounded the exact same. This one had a louder like a rumble almost to it. So that's interesting. That's interesting if it actually, using it nightly, didn't degrade some of the silicone on the inside and maybe cause some leaking or motor. It sounds like the motor's straining actually. So interesting. Okay, and last thing, let's check out the tubing. Ozone tubing and non-ozone tubing. I see absolutely no difference between the two whatsoever. All right, I paid for this light, I'm gonna use it. Really extremely interesting results we had there. So, you know, I actually don't remember my initial premise in going into this, if I said what my hypothesis was gonna be or anything, but really my initial thought is that ozone cleaners, such as the VirtuClean, things such as the SoClean, anything that uses ozone or O3 to clean your equipment. I think after reviewing this, I've changed my mind. I no longer think that it's a waste of money. I actually now think it's a waste of money and harmful to your equipment. So I really want to do this video as a follow-up because I know I have my opinions on cleaning. I did a video on cleaning and how I clean it, and a lot of people like to come out and say, I use SoClean and I use SoClean this and that, and it's whatever. So I just really wanted to test it for myself and make sure I wasn't missing anything. I had heard that they yellowed and I wanted to see it for myself and see about how long it took. A month seems pretty fast to me. With how yellow they are, it had to have done it a lot faster than that. I probably would, I mean, they're distinctly nastier with ozone. So with all that said, I mean, if you want to use that stuff, go for it. I just think it's a waste of money. I think it's killing bacteria that doesn't need to be killed. And I can see if there are warranties pulled on CPAP machines that have ozone going through them. It definitely sounds different to me, to my, I would say, untrained ear, but I listen to this crap all day, so it's kind of trained at this point. To my ear, it really sounds like there's something wrong with the machine that had been using ozone that I was pumping through it. I can safely say I would never ever use like a SoClean device, VirtuClean, anything like that on any CPAP machine that I owned, because there's definitely something wrong with the sound. If you enjoyed this video and you like the work that I do for the PAPper community, please give this video a thumbs up, like it, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. I noticed that a lot of people viewing my videos are not yet subscribed, so if you would subscribe to the channel now, I would greatly appreciate it. I'm trying to push up to 50,000. Once I get up to 50,000, I'm gonna do something extra special. I don't have nothing planned. Maybe a Q&A. People do that. I don't think anyone cares, but we can do that. Q&A about anything. Don't ask about me. Ask about your own particulars. Hey, please check the description box below for ways that you can support this channel. Hey guys, sweet time to mention, not really a good time, but we'll do it here anyway. Good time to mention I'm now an affiliate of offshorecheapmeds.com. Please check the link in the description box down below. Now, you may or may not know, I have a bunch of weird stuff wrong with me as a middle-aged man. And some of the stuff wasn't covered by my insurance, so my doctor, in all his wisdom, said, hey, why don't you go to one of these offshore things? It's a Canadian pharmacy, use them. It's been great. So instead of paying, I believe it was gonna be like $250 a month for a medication I need for my weird afflictions, instead I pay, it's 90 bucks per 3 months. That is a big savings. So you can go on there, check out the link in the description box down below. So I get a cut of the loot. They're a pleasure to deal with. Some of the stuff is actually kind of sketchy. You're like, oh, something seems weird about this. It actually seems kind of ramshackle, which reminds me of my business, axgsleepdiagnostics.com. So how can I really blame them? Anyway, check them out. Check out the link in the description box below if you have some meds and you want to get them for cheap or cheaper, a lot cheaper. Just, if nothing else, check them out. All right, thanks. Hey, thank you for watching this video. I appreciate it. I know it was long, but it was a process. I wanted to show the entire thing. thing. Thank you for watching. Thank you to anyone watching this video, but an extra special thank you to my top level Patreon supporters and low level. Thanks buddy to Sarvesh Joshi, Stuart Hetherington, and Mona Swearingen. Thank you and thanks buddy. My wife is gonna be so happy that I'm getting this out of the garage. She's been pissed.